Welcome back to Vedika Online for a small snippet of another story from the Mahabharata. This Mahabharata war was fought for 18 days. Some of these days was the turning point of this war. The 10th day, for example, is when Bhishma fell. The 15th day was also an eventful day. The second half of the 15th day saw Drona being killed by Drishtadyumna. When Drishtadyumna killed Drona, Ashwatthama, Dronacharya's son, was on another side of the battlefield. And so he did not witness this event directly. But when Dronacharya was killed, there was complete chaos in the Kaurava army. Everyone was just too disturbed and in grief to even fight. Every single warrior was completely disturbed and they were in anxiety. What will happen to us now? Because Dronacharya was the commander in chief of the Kaurava army. He was the one who was rallying them, he was creating the formations, how do we fight, how do we strategize. So the commander in chief is supposed to be the person who gives the strategy and dictates the actions of the war. And the Kaurava Senapati or the commander in chief was Dronacharya. When Dronacharya was killed, the Kaurava army was in complete chaos. Everybody started just running here and there. All the big warriors and generals, they were also shocked at Dronacharya's death. So much so that warriors such as Karna, Kripa, Shalya, Shushrama, Dushasan, all of them started retreating. And seeing them retreat, the Kaurava army also started retreating. Duryodhan himself was so shocked that he decided to leave the battlefield. The Kaurava side was in complete shambles. And when the Pandavas saw that the Kauravas were retreating in this way, they knew that the war was almost over. There's nothing more that can now rally the Kaurava army. At this time, Ashwatthama, the son of Dronacharya, was fighting on the other side of the battlefield. He saw this Kaurava army retreating. He was surprised and he quickly gauged that maybe, that Dronacharya, the commander in chief, is dead. He quickly approached Duryodhan and he said, Duryodhan, please tell me, is Dronacharya dead? Duryodhan was so shocked, and because he didn't want to reveal this news, he asked Kripacharya to please break the news. And Kripacharya told Ashwatthama that yes, Dronacharya is dead. Ashwatthama, hearing the news of his father's death, was in complete grief. Slowly, this grief turned into anger. Ashwatthama became furious and he decided that this is it. I am not going to take it anymore. The Pandavas will be destroyed just today. And then he proclaims loudly on the battlefield that I am going to now invoke an astra which the Pandavas don't know of. An astra that is invincible. An astra that can kill anyone who cannot be otherwise slayed. This is the most powerful astra that I have, and I am going to invoke this astra. This astra is called the Narayana astra. The Narayana weapon is what I am going to invoke. When he made this proclaimment, the Kaurava army became hopeful. And they started again, picking up from where they were and instead of retreating, coming back into the battlefield ready to fight. The Pandavas on the other side were surprised. How is it that the Kauravas who were retreating, there was a mass exodus, how is it that they are now back into the fight? What is it that is propelling them? What is it that has got them back into this fight? As they were speculating, Ashwatthama on this side He touched water to invoke auspiciousness and started chanting the mantras to invoke the powerful Narayana Astra. Yudhishthira Maharaj on the other side was very curious. He called to Arjuna and said, "Oh Arjuna, what do you think? What made this turn of events? How are the things going vice versa? The Kauravas who were running away from the battlefield are now coming back with full force to attack the Pandava army. What could it be?" Arjuna guessed it right. He said, "It is definitely Ashwatthama who has heard the news of his father's death, and he is sure to invoke the Narayana Astra." And as Arjuna was speaking, Ashwatthama, he released the Narayana Astra into the sky. The sky suddenly became dark, and from the sky started raining hundreds and thousands of missiles towards the Pandava army. The Pandava army was getting slaughtered. Countless soldiers were getting killed, and there was nothing that the Pandava army could do. There were maces, there was clubs, there were iron balls, there were discs, there were razor sharp edges of weapons, all getting poured down upon them, thrown upon them on the Pandava army from the skies. And the Pandava army was like in complete disarray. The Pandava army now started retreating. These missiles were hitting them, and unlimited people were getting burned, and they were burned beyond recognition. You couldn't even recognize who was dead. The Pandava army now started retreating. Look at the turn of events. Isn't that life? Sometimes we have good situations, sometimes we have bad situations. Just a few minutes ago, it was the Kaurava army who was retreating, and just after a few minutes, now the Pandava army is retreating. In life also, there are reversals, there are highs, there are lows. We must learn to manage them with a moderation. Not get too excited about the highs, not get too depressed about the lows. Anyway, so the Pandava army started retreating. Yudhishthira Maharaj was concerned, and he turned towards Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, he asked all the Pandava army with his hands to just stop retreating. And he said, "Listen, O Pandava army, there is no need to retreat. Just do what I am saying. Give up your weapons, give up your chariots, give up your horses, give up your elephants. Come down on the ground, give up your weapons, and lie down on the ground." Now this was a tall order, because the Pandava army was already getting killed in the thousands by this Narayanastra. The only way that they were trying to avoid this is to use their weapons and do something. And then here is Krishna who says that just give up your weapons. How is it possible? But they had faith. They had faith. They had seen Krishna being beneficial to them all through the war. They knew that Krishna would only say something which has deep meaning. So, in life also, sometimes we receive instructions from a trustworthy person who's always been nice to us, who's always been giving us the sound advice. But sometimes the advice that they give us is against the conventional wisdom. We think, oh, maybe wrong, maybe he's not right this time. So all of us have gone through this, isn't it? That when we receive instructions from an authority who's always been right, but there are instances where we feel, oh no, maybe this time is not right. Everyone has these instances. You can share your life instances in the comments below. The Pandava army finally agreed to obey the instructions of Lord Krishna. All of them got down from the chariots, their elephants, horses. They gave up their weapons and slept. They lay low on the ground. And when this happened, the Narayana Astra, they suddenly became ineffective. So there was a secret to this Narayana Astra. The Narayana Astra is an Astra which becomes more powerful as much as the enemy starts resisting it. That means if you take a confrontationist approach to this Astra, it becomes more powerful and it directs all his energies to the person who's confronting it, who's working against it. So when all of the Pandava army, they just lie down on the ground, the astra started becoming ineffective. Now the entire battlefield on the side of the Pandavas was down on the ground except for one person, our Bhima. So Bhima, he said, I don't want to surrender to this astra. I will fight this astra. I will first vanquish this astra and then I will kill Ashwathama also. And he started. So on one side, you see the complete battlefield down, the Pandava side, down on the ground, except for this one figure who's dancing around in the battlefield trying to resist this Narayana Astra. So what happened is, the entire power of the Narayana Astra started channelizing towards Bhima. And Bhima started feeling the heat of the Astra. And Bhima was not ready to give up. Krishna shouted and told him, Bhima, there's no way you can fight this Astra. Come down on the ground. Bhima was not ready. Finally, Krishna and Arjuna, they got down from the chariots and they ran towards Bhima. They pulled him down from his chariot, pulled him down on the ground, took away his weapons and made him forcefully lie down on the ground. When this happened, finally, because Narayana Astra did not find any target to channelize its destructive powers, it slowly started receding. And after the Narayana Astra had completely receded, the Pandava army again stood up, picked up their weapons and started fighting again. The battle, of course, continues, but the lesson for us is that not all battles are won by confrontation. There are several times in life when we need to give up our aggression and lie low. Just like today, the whole world is fighting this pandemic, Corona, COVID-19. While everyone knows that it's a war against humanity. But we also know that this is not a war where, like a traditional conventional war, we all get down on the streets or go to the borders and put on our ammunition and fight. No, these are the times when we must lie low. These are the times when we must become submissive. Let this pass. Let the effect of this whole thing pass. And when this whole thing is done, then we can stand up again and do what we are doing normally. So I urge you that these are the tough times. All of you, please abide by the rules and regulations of the government that is being done, and lie low for some time. Just like the Pandava army on the instructions of Krishna, they lay low and let the Narayana Astra, the effect of the Narayana Astra, pass by. Once it is done, then we can stand up and again be ready to go about our normal business. There are several other lessons in this short story. I would urge you to please pick them up and mention them in the comments, and also give feedback on this story. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed this session of Vedika Online Wisdom Tales. We'll see you again very soon on another session of Wisdom Tales for Vedika Online. Thank you.